Alright, everybody, it's me again, rambling and shit, of course. That's what I do. I'm a rambler. But, just keeping it real with everybody, like, man, dog, when the fuck are we gonna just go ahead and quit worrying about everything that's going on that doesn't really matter and start really addressing these real problems that's really going on? Like, slavery's over, man. But if little do y'all guys know it, what y'all know is that America is nothing but Nazi Germany. That's it. We're Nazi. They're Nazis, man. It's crazy. The only thing now is they took. And this is where we all like. This is where y'all want to fight me when I say we're Nazis and America's all Nazis and shit. You want to be like, well, there's black politicians and there's race don't have nothing to do with it no more. And that's the whole thing. Like, I think honestly, when the Nazis was Nazis, I don't even think race really had a lot to do with it. It's not that's what they use to like so you have to make a decision like, oh, what's really going on? Or maybe they didn't know, nigga. It's not about a race. It's not about that. It's about the mission. It's about the mission, the purpose. That's what that is. The reason why. And we're pretty much getting the exact same way done, but now that it's just a little itty bitty microscopic little piece of freedom that we have. But I mean, we don't have no fucking freedom, man. That little itty bitty microscopic tiny itsy bitsy piece of freedom that doesn't even I don't even consider it free, man. How the fuck are you free if you're getting killed every fucking day? You're dying slowly every day. You're on your way to fucking your casket. Your kids are being born unhealthy because of the shit that these motherfuckers are doing. I mean, fuck. People don't see it, and they probably looking at me like, this dude's fucking crazy. No, he's not. But I mean, it's like, look, Christmas. That's just not fucking important. This is another way for the government to get you taxed on money for a fucking pagan holiday. Did you know this shit was once illegal to even fucking celebrate? And the fucked up thing about it is now all you fucking Christians want to adapt this shit, but you want to say that you're godly, but it speaks of fucking pagan holidays. But now you turn a pagan holiday into your holy day, like, and then you sit here and it's like, is it really because you know that the Bible and all the Jesus talk and all that shit, that is just a form to take control of the fucking human mind and then mold it into a belief system. It doesn't have to be about a religious belief. It's a belief system. That's what I'm talking about as far as in not honestly really being free, is because we are molded into a belief system to believe that this is right, to believe that this is the way. I'm putting knowledge in people's head. Go play. Okay. To believe that it's right. It's called a belief system. It has nothing to do with religion and none of it's belief. If I can get people to believe in shit that I don't believe my motherfucking self, because I know the truth. But if I can get people to believe and create this belief system to where they pass on their beliefs to the unknown and the people that don't know, if they can pass in their beliefs and then give their stupid reason why they believe, then I can continue to create this belief system, and then I can throw in anything I want into this belief system, because the very beginning of this belief system starts with me. So all I gotta do is add or take out whatever I don't want, and now it gets passed on. It's like playing telephone, you know. Shit changes down the line, but it's still the same message. Belief, to believe. So don't believe this shit, man. See this shit, know this shit. It's real, man. This shit is really real, man. Think about this shit, man. The biggest picture that you can't see is because you're stuck in your continent, or you're stuck in your city, or you're stuck in your neighborhood, or you're stuck in your crowd, so you don't see the big fucking picture. And you're like, what's the big picture? I see the big picture. You don't even see the fucking big picture. The big picture is Earth. That's the biggest fucking picture, and nobody can take that one whole picture. You can't get a picture of Earth. You take a selfie, you don't got the whole Earth behind you. That's because it's so massive. And the reason why it's so massive is because it's here to accommodate so many people. That's why. The resources are here for they're for so many people. There should be no control over our resources that are on our earth. But you're so stuck in your city, your country, your continent, your state, your neighborhood, your culture, your belief, your gods, your this, your that, that you don't even see that you're getting that the whole earth, while you're worrying about all this shit that you don't have no control over. But you've been taught to believe that you do have control over your life, and that you have control over what you believe. But you can't have control over nothing you believe. If what you believe has been told to you by somebody that probably don't even believe the shit that they're telling you. Come on. It's like, prime example. They always say that a motherfucker can always give you the best advice, but they can't fucking take it their damn self. Or a motherfucker can always tell you how to do you right, but they ain't even doing them right. It's a perfect example. So it's like, come on, man. These stories and all this shit and all this fairy tale blick bullshit. Man, that's bull to the shit. It all contradicts itself. Okay, I'm breaking it. Let's get deep. I'm gonna go deep because I think motherfuckers it's about time that motherfuckers start just understanding what shit really is. And this is what shit really is. Now, if we go into the Bible, let's do the Bible. Okay, I've dabbled and dibbled in a couple of religions, but this shit, I don't feel that I should be on my knees praying to some fucking imaginary person and nothing happens. It's just not. I don't give a fuck if this God or this holy whatever the fuck you want to call it loves me as much as you telling me I need to love him, and he got the power to make everything that I want made right, and I deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is supposed to be my God that I know has me in interest. And if I pray for something and it don't come, it's because, nigga, I didn't get up here and go out here and get it myself, okay? And the God had nothing to do with it, period, okay? Just God loved me, then my mom wouldn't be sick right now with lupus. If this God loved me, my grandma wouldn't have died while I was locked up. If this God loved me, my kids wouldn't be going through the struggle they're going through. If this God loved me, okay? My prayers would be answered, and my prayers ain't fucking answered. So I don't want to hear about this God shit. But let's get into this God shit, so you fucking losers that really on some religious shit and think that y'all can keep preaching this bullshit to everybody. Now, most people believe that they are children of God. Correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, everybody believes that they're children of God. Okay, so God's our father. That's what they say. God's your father. But how can God be the father of man? That's my question, and I'm gonna give you my answer too, and the reason why I came to this conclusion. Now, if we go by everything that we've been taught, what I come down with is there is a creator, the creation, and that's the unknown. That's the what we don't know. Okay, but it is a proven fact that everything is here, and it didn't just pop here for a reason. It didn't just pop up. Something put it here, or a creation. There was a creation that was created. But what you fail to realize is the creator is not your God. It's not the God. He's not the God that people have been telling you about. All that the Trinity, the Jesus. That's not your creator. Okay, the creator is the one who created all. The creator is who created your God. The creator is who created man. The creator is who created everything that you know of today was created by the creator. Now back to this God thing though, and how people believe that we all come from God. It doesn't make no sense because it contradicts itself in the books and the writings. Okay, it says, correct me if I'm wrong. It says that God sent His falling down to earth. Stop me when I'm wrong. Right? Okay, it says that the sons of God were sent down to earth. Correct. And the sons of God found women and made it with women of men. Okay? Now we have two different people. We have gods and we have men. Okay? So how can the sons of God come mate with women of men if we are the sons of God? Let's keep going. Explain that. So the creation was to create everything and all. Created the gods that they speak of. Created the men that they speak of. And everything could have just been created at the exact same time. Gods could have been created at the same time men was created. And I don't have that answer, but I know that we do not come from God. We come from a creation, but we don't come from no God. Because if we came from a God, then the sons of God would never have been able to mate with the women of men. Because it'd be the sons of God mated with the sons of God's daughters. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say the sons of God made it with the sons of God's daughter. It says the sons of God came down and made it with the women of men. Okay, so that right there takes it. That has to, if you're really a smart person and you can really just stop believing everything they're fucking telling you, that has to prove the fact that if there is gods, there is men too, and men didn't come from no God. Because in order to take this group of something that's pure and mix it with this group of something that's pure, it cannot already have been mixed with this group of something. It had to be two different elements coming together to make what they call the demigod, which is also known as Nephilims and giants or titans or whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't explain the fact that you would believe that you are some kind of form of any kind of creation of a God that came down here and mixed with you. So in order for a God to come down here and mix with man, that means men was already the fuck here. So how did the fucking God created a man to mix with something that's already there? So everything had to happen pretty much. I think everything just was created at the exact same time by the creator, and the creator is not God, because as far as I know, everything I've been told about gods and God is not a good thing. So why would you even worship something that doesn't even sound good? Okay, first of all, you're being lied to. And that's a proven fact. And until you actually realize that, you go ahead and be follow false everything, and continue to be stuck into this shit. And it's all part of, like I said, the training system, the belief system to make you believe, so that you don't have no reason to question my next what I tell you. And that's what the belief system is. Once you believe the beginning, you have to believe the end. So once you believe that this is possible, then you got to believe that the rest is possible, even though it's not even physically fucking possible to even happen. Period. It's not. I don't give a fuck. Everything was created at the exact same fucking time. There's no such thing as 7 days of creation, because first of all, let's think of it like this. 7 days of creation. Who the fuck are they talking to that's telling them this fucking story? Okay? So God sat down and was like, hey, everybody, hey, y'all, sit down, nigga. Let me tell you how this shit started, nigga. Check it out. Look. First day, you know what I'm saying? I went ahead and said, nigga, let there be light. Boom, you know, bam, and there was light. Nigga, who the fuck sat down and had this conversation with God? Honestly. To write this fucking story about the beginning, before anything was anything. Who the fuck sat down and learned about that? Honestly. Just keep it real. Let's keep it real. Who was sitting there with what journalist, because that's pretty much what it is, had to be a journalist. What journalist was sitting there like with the person or the whatever sitting there, the journalist, who was sitting there asking the question like, yeah, so tell me all about how this shit started. Like, yeah, let's get this so I can tell the people. I mean, I can tell so I can tell your children you're falling. So I can tell the people, the men, the families of men, the sons of gods. Who the fuck was sitting there having this conversation? I mean, what did they fucking call and have an office meeting? Like yo, God, I was wondering if you got any time. We was just, trying to figure out how all this shit started. So, if you got any time, just, hit me back. My number is 515 and blah blah blah. Come on, like. And then his secretary answered like, oh yeah, God's busy right now, so I'll have him call you. I'll have him reach out to you so you can go ahead and get these documents that, I mean, I know you've been wondering. Who the fuck knew that? Like, if that is the beginning of the motherfucking Bible, then the end of the Bible got to be a lie too, because how the fuck does the unknown become a fucking answer? If you can answer that, then nigga, I'll kill my motherfucking self. How does the unknown become an answer? How is there an answer to the unknown? Huh? How does invisible become sight? How does see-through become a physical something? Explain this to me. How can transparent become solid? How can what's not there be there? How can what not can be explained been explained? How? Explain it. I'm waiting. Who the fuck sat there and found out the 7 days of creation? Who the fuck found out that, I threw my hands up and I threw stars in the sky and I threw moons and I threw the waters and I threw the animals and I threw the... You sound like a goddamn... You know what that sounds like? That sounds like the fucking government. That's the fucking government. I did this and I did this and I own this and this is me and this is because of me and I did that and I put these laws down and... Get the fuck out of here. Nobody said... No journalist in all of fucking history and all of the world can sit down and sit here and tell me that if the fucking Revelations and motherfucking the fucking Bible and all that shit, the beginning, the 7 days and how the Bible starts and Genesis and all that, if you can't sit there and tell me that somebody sat there and had that fucking meaning with God. Yeah, and I said, let them be made in the image of us, because me and my nigga over here, we the ones and shit, we did this shit. So, I was like, you know what, my nigga, we gonna make these niggas in the image of us, you know what I'm saying? Let them think like us, let them be like us. So, I wave my magic wand and shit, spit on them, abracadabra and boom, this shit right here. Nigga, who the fuck, what journalist was that, man? That's what I want to know. Who was the journalist that sat down with God and got this, and got the great scoop? Got the world scoop, the biggest scoop of the biggest story in fucking mankind. Who was that blessed to sit there? And how did you get that creation? And how does that story come out when in that story you were just now created? You didn't even exist until this story came up. So who the fuck was the one who sat there and wrote the goddamn story and got it from the horse's fucking mouth that this is really what it is? Who? Can you please fucking tell me who? You can't tell me who, man. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm just letting people know that you in order to believe something is to be forsaking, to be laid astray, to be told what's not fucking possible, what's not fucking real. If it's not possible, it's not fucking real, man. How does a motherfucking book get written by a motherfucking man and then and it talks about the beginning of men, the beginning of gods, the beginning of the beginning? How do you know the beginning of the beginning when you weren't part of the beginning? No one was. God damn it. How? You can't fucking explain this shit to me. You're not going to explain this shit to me because you don't fucking know. Okay? I don't fucking know. But you don't fucking know. But I do fucking know that shit is impossible. Like, you would have had me if you would have just went on with the Jesus popped out of nowhere after men and everybody was there. But when you popped up with 7 days, in 7 days, everything was done. And 6 days, and on the 7th day, this man rested. This man don't gotta fucking rest. And how do you know he rested? He might have been done with this. He might have been over there creating something. Shit. But fuck this now. You telling me that my strong over everybody, powerful than anything in the fucking universe needed fucking rest? You telling me that he's fucking he gets tired? So basically, he's tired of me then because he ain't did shit for me. So okay, you could be right. Maybe he did rest on the 7th day and didn't wake up since because shit, he ain't came back here for us for not once. But in the books, that book that starts off with the very biggest lie that fucking humanity has fucking been brainwashed to believe, that book is just ridiculous. But that book tells you that he rested. He rested. He was tired. Like, shit, nigga, you build all this shit, you be tired. No, nigga, my God, if my God is my God and my God is what God is supposed to be in my definition of what y'all gave God to be, then my God did not rest. And if the beginning of time is the beginning of time and nobody was there, and in this story, in order for this story to exist, that a man had to be created on a 6th day, how the fuck even if a man had to be created on the 6th day, a beast and all that was uncreated on the 6th day, and he rested on the 7th, right? Okay. Even if that had any truth in it, Who wrote the book? Who sat there and sat there? Which journalist? Because that's what I'm gonna call it, because it has to be a journalist, but it's not even a journalist. It's an author. It's an author who was like, you know what? I'm about to fuck this world up. I'm about to fuck people up. You know why? Because I'm a free thinker, and I can already see what people, because he was an observator. Whoever wrote the Bible was had great observation, and he also seen that people were lost. So he was like, you know what? I know what people want, because people want what I want, and that's something to believe in. That's something to think. That's something to think that anything that's possible can be anything impossible can be possible. So I'm going to go ahead and write this book, and I'm going to write this book about how you got here, about how this got here, and about how that got here. Because same way you didn't have a motherfucking way, I didn't have a way. Even though in the Bible they try to say some shit like God walked with man until men deceived him by da-da-da-da. Come on, man. If God walked with man, if God literally walked with man and then he left, well then he left. Okay? So if he was once here with man, and he left man, okay? So all that God's coming back, God ain't coming no back. God don't give two shits, because if he gave two shits, he'd still be walking with man today. So, like I was saying, what journalist can honestly look at herself in the eye and be like, I was the one who sat up there with God and found out the 7 days of creation? So if you to believe all that shit, then you're the dumbest nigga alive, and you'll continue to be the dumbest nigga, because you'll be part of their belief system, and you'll continue to keep pushing this belief system on until the fucking truth finally slaps you in your face of reality. So with that being said, I guess I'm going to turn off, and I'm going to get up out of here with that, because that's just honest the truth. Like, until somebody can sit here and tell me that there was a fucking person before the creation to tell me that they were there to listen to the journalist that could interview God and find out the 7 days of creation, then that's what it is.